was out there in the night sky, stared up at the stars in the hopes of seeing something out of the ordinary? Have you heard unexplainable noises coming from a vacant room, or watched a shadow cross the wall in front of you? Have you asked yourself if there is life after this one, or if you had life before? What about strange creatures that are mythical and elusive? Have you experienced deja vu or felt a prompting to leave because you felt you were in danger? If you have, you were on the fringe. Welcome to On the Fringe. I'm Philip.
And I'm Mark.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Jess.
And I'm Joe.
And hey, you got Joe and Enzo. Man, tonight is actually kind of a special show. It was the last moment. We had some tragic news come out over the weekend. We lost one of our own, Sonny Conway from the Paranormal Chop Shop, and it's kind of a little late, but we kind of painted up our screen with the Paranormal Chop Shop logos and stuff like that to kind of pay homage to Sonny and his crew. And we all decided we wanted to get together and just kind of pay tribute, to a good friend. Sonny was such an awesome guy. Anything in the world, man, I think if he was able, he'd help you out.
Oh yeah.
And not going to go into the hows and the what fors and the whys and all that. We want to just kind of look at tonight as, hey, a night to get together, share the memories, and just have a good time and kind of share the love that Sonny gave us with everybody else. Everybody in the chat, welcome. I'm glad you're here. A lot of you I don't know, but hey, Sylvian, Benzer. Let's see, Doof Paranormal.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Gary. We got Gary Voorhees. We got Willie. Willie is going to try to get on here in a little bit. Ben from UFO Garage getting ready to come on. As you guys see Joe there. So we're got a full house kind of playing tonight if everybody shows. So we're just going to kind of hang out and, like I said, kind of pay homage. It's tragic, and I wish everybody, his family, friends, all that. I wish you all the best, and I wish you guys comfort. So. It was a couple of weeks ago, I think, last time I chatted with Sonny. I think Mark and I have been on the Chop Shop once or twice. I know everybody here has been. Hey, Chad. I'm kind of at a loss for words, guys. I don't know really what to say. He was such a great guy. He's always sharing the love, man, and it's not really, it's not really a hugely masculine thing, but every time I love you guys, man, that was the way he signed off. Anytime you talk to him, he said, man, love you guys. And that was awesome. He wasn't scared to be a man, and say, hey, I love you, man. And that's, I think that's something we could all
absolutely
take an example from.
So Sonny was certainly one of those guys that never knew what a stranger was. He would walk up to anybody and start talking to him and kind of corral them in, and never would burden you with whatever he had going on in his life. But he wanted to hear what you had going all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made me feel welcome whenever I was on the show.
Oh yeah, it's just like you've known him forever. Author Marion Guest Wiki. First time here, Enzo knows who I am. Well, welcome. I hate that it's this reason why you're here, but you're more than welcome. So, but yeah, I think we've all, Pam, I'm not sure. Did you ever talk with Sonny or anything? I know
Just through chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think
I was going to say, he never met, I don't know if he ever met somebody he didn't care for. The first time I met him, I was talking about the stage. Big Willie brought me onto Chop Shop and dumped me off and went on his way.
Yep.
So I got
I gotta go. And gone, he's
I got
gone.
integrated into that group really
everybody.
fast. I believe that podcast that night started at like 8, and I think it ended at about 10:30. And I finally shut my laptop at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, back in the heyday of the Paranormal Chop Shop, those after parties were well sought after. When the camera went off for the live stream, people would then everybody would start showing up. We'd sit there and listen to music and BS with each other and say the things you can't say on the air, kind of a thing. And that was like a well sought after spot. You know, if you were to get in, it's like because you only have so many spots in there for StreamYard.
It's true, but the interesting thing is that everyone else dropped off by about 12:31, and it was just me and Sonny from there on out. So felt like I was talking to somebody I'd known for years, and he was quite willing to just chit chat the night away. I think I was the one that said, if I don't go to bed, I'm going to be delirious.
I may have dozed off on camera a couple times during those.
Man, Gary, how you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good. I'll be honest. It hit me kind of like a ton of bricks. This guy, you know, I don't even think I ever was on his show, but he like answered endless questions because I'm trying to start up my own podcast, and you know, I just like he's like I'm like, what do you do? You know, when only like one person shows up, he goes, we still do the show. You know, I'm just there to talk to people, and you know, it was just a glorified hobby to him, but he embraced it with like just a fervor, and that's probably why he attracted so many people like all of us. You know, I mean,
oh yeah,
he had that kind of personality. So and honestly, the endless stream of questions you can ask Joe and Ben when they get on. I get to be a pain in the ass, but he never batted an eye. He always had an answer. He always had. I mean, it may not have been the right answer, but he always had an answer.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely had a knack for making you feel good, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it just always like made you interested in talking back to him, because he's probably one of the first people to reach out to Ben and I with like a story and actually come on our show and tell his story. So that was always special with us. But pre that, Sonny was always messaging us, and it was really fun because me and Ben always remember that as like, that's the guy that made us feel like what we were doing mattered for a second, you know?
Yes.
Because he was just always so engaged and always interested in what was going on. So yeah, I remember he's a cool dude. I'm gonna miss that dude for sure.
Oh yeah. And he would let somebody on the show, even if it was some like, because he admitted like earlier this past year or late last year, I should say, that he was kind of 50-50 on the whole Bigfoot thing until he found some prints around his hunting site that he goes to up there in the mountains, and it's like, wait a minute. But he's like, man, I've had a bunch of people on there and they're talking about Bigfoot and running around and putting out peanut butter traps and all kinds of stuff. But I let them say their thing, that's fine. I never, would do anything to discount what they say or try and make them look foolish or whatever. I'd let them have their piece. And that was what Sonny did, is he would let you say your piece, and was a godsend for a lot of people just to hear them out, no matter what their story was.
I still feel like Sonny and Papa Willie have one of the coolest Bigfoot videos of all time.
Is that the one, the guy going up the cliff face?
Yeah, the guy going up the cliff. Yeah, that one's cool. That one's crazy because you can see it.
Wild. Just this, anyone who hadn't seen, just this sheer rock face straight up and down, and you can see just it's just somebody's phone like this.
Yeah.
And it's a distance away, so you can't make any detail, but you can certainly see there is something large moving up the side of this sheer wall all the way to the top.
And it's like from the vantage point, like from where they're standing, whatever it is, it's big. It's real big.
They talked to one of the park rangers out there, and they were trying to tell him it was a shadow from a helicopter. He's like, what? Hell no. Well, hell no. You know, Sonny was.
That sounds like your
"Oh,
typical
sitting right
government.
there. I
BS
was
right
watching
there.
it. There wasn't no helicopter out there.
No, I'll tell you what, those guys are the only ones that ever made me think I should probably go down here to the Green Swamp and check out, see if the swamp ape's down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, there's too many damn mosquitoes, so I ain't never gotten down there.
No, they're at Fort
Frightening
Love,
creatures
yeah.
right there. Those mosquitoes.
Pinzer said that's exactly right, Enzo. He was an active listener, one of the best at it because he was actually interested and compassionate. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I know he filled in for me one evening on What If Tomorrow, and it was a whole different side of Sonny because we always seen the paranormal side and things like that, but we actually talked preparedness. He had some really good ideas for preparedness. It was fun because I got there late. Actually, I think that's the night I had to go fish my dog out of the pond that got stuck in my neighbor's pond.
Oh God.
And
Well, I mean, that's what you can expect from a guy that just spends half his life in the woods.
right, right.
Got to know a couple things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was going back and I just watching some old episodes and just watching some of the old episodes and just realized how much he really didn't talk.
Yeah.
That's really it.
It's like I'm trying to, because like most of my conversations with him are like via text message or through like a chat or through an email or things like that. So his personality only comes through when you're talking to him like that. And then like I'm going back and watching episodes trying to put I'm like, wait a minute, he never talks.
He's an expert listener though, but he was actually listening. That was the other thing that we mentioned earlier a second ago, that somebody might be droning on about whatever it was, being a ghost hunt or a Bigfoot thing or UFO something or other. And as soon as they kind of hit their lull where they were done talking, he'd jump right in, and he knew what he was listening that whole time. He was just patiently listening. It wasn't like he was having to make it, scramble to fill dead air or anything. He was listening, so he knew how to respond that entire time. And,
no, he was definitely engaged, just like old Marion saying. I mean, he always had something in his hand. He was always doing something and you could tell he was actively listening, but he's always just
yeah.
He's a great multitasker.
Building an atomic bomb here, but I'm definitely listening. Yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the carburetor's completely rebuilt.
Yeah, and that was not
ready
uncommon.
to go. Yeah,
And there were times where he was just didn't feel like being alone, and where he just turned the camera on while he's working on his truck. And
when we met down in Texas last year before, I guess be 2 years ago, and come November, didn't we crash their that was their podcast, wasn't it?
At the one that you came to for us?
Yeah, down at
yeah.
Then I think we crashed his party. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To be fair, though, I don't think you could ever crash his party, man.
No.
I think it's just his party is just whoever shows up.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah, it was a good time. My wife's arms were so sore. My wife was sitting on the back. She thought, if anybody walked by, she thought we were attacking her or something because we were kind of lit up, and my wife's holding the camera.
Me and Ben were talking about that. We were like the next day, we were like, I kind of feel bad. We just yelled at that lady for like an hour and a half straight.
Right.
She was just like in a corner with her phone. And we're just drunk and yelling and singing songs at her all night.
It was. My wife still talks about that.
Oh man,
it was great.
That was so much fun.
She might be a little traumatized.
Probably.
We figured. We were like, maybe we definitely traumatized her. We yelled at her for like an hour and a half. Gary, when you were talking about how Sonny didn't really talk much, it made me laugh because when I met him in Vegas, he gave me like the best weed I had ever smoked, and I was so stoned. Like I only smoked like half of it, and we were getting ready to go to one of the Salt Lake or something that was in the casino, and man, he talked to me for like 2 hours, and the whole time I was like, I can't make any words because there's no saliva in my mouth. And I'm like sitting there trying to carry on a conversation. I couldn't. And I was thinking to myself, I've never heard him talk this much. I'm so bummed that I don't have any saliva in my mouth right now.
Oh man,
No, that's great.
That's honestly amazing that he could do that to you.
Yeah.
I know your daily routine, so
Yeah, it took me off guard. I couldn't even order food. The lady was like, "And what can I get for you?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was it was ridiculous. I've never been that stoned in my life.
he would have killed
And
me
then
because-
after dinner, I got real hungry, even though I had just eaten. So I was just uncomfortable.
that seems normal.
Yeah, that was intense. It was good.
Was that before or after he walked like 2 miles to go to that Mexican joint there to like Jim Goodall was with us. There was a whole pile of us.
Oh no, that was the day after. That was the day after because Ben had gotten sick, and so pretty much
that's where he got sick at.
yeah. And then the day after, that's when we just went downstairs and met up with Sonny, and we kind of just walked around all day. And then dinner time came, and whew, that was something else. It was after the main conference part of it. It was a lot of fun.
I don't get online too often anymore, so I got to figure out where the hell everything goes again. Been sitting in a hole for the last like 8 months.
I also love this story. There's a story that he used to tell too about him and his buddy. They were real drunk one night, and they were standing outside, and his buddy starts freaking out because he thought a bat flew at him, and it like went inside of his buddy's jacket, and he starts rolling around on the ground, freaking out. It turns out that it was just like a parakeet from somebody's house. It was attracted to them at nighttime because they were just outside, I guess, and so it attracted this house parakeet, and it flew right at him, and it went in that guy's jacket. I always thought that was funny.
Oh, look.
When he told that story, dude, he was laughing.
Pinzer asked, "Are you guys going to Reno this year?"
I wish.
No. I got like 2 trips planned. One's to go up and visit Jason Turner. He's one of the other guys from the Princeton for the Nimitz incident, and spending like 3 days up there with him. And then I got the SCU conference this year, and I'm capped out. I'm a family guy, so I can't be tromping all over the United States.
I'm not. I'll be in Virginia City later this year. So.
Nice.
Enzo is our man about town.
I'm gonna go out to do contact in the desert, then come home for a few weeks, then go to Virginia City for like a week, and whatever I see on the way back from all of those, just make an adventure of it.
You know, if we get you one of the cool hats, you can stick your press pass in and give you a camera and you can go around and film for us.
There you go.
I'm from the
I'm gonna stick a UAPX
from
hat
UFO
on.
New.
Yeah, that background kills me, Enzo. Yeah, every single time. We already had a conversation. It's fake, but
Oh, it's real. This is a live
real.
stream.
I know it's a live stream, but you're not there. That's
Where's
what
it
it's-
at?
You mean I'm not really reaching back here and pulling a whiskey bottle off of the table? All right, I'll put it
I mean,
back.
I can see your whiskey bottle and range you some rum.
Yeah. I got sick. Quite a few months ago. I'm out of whiskey.
It's a lot of alcohol showing
There's
up.
a lot of drunks out here.
Well,
Well,
I figured
I needed something to drink out of my
Yeah.
Paranormal Chop
Yes,
Shop
sir.
mug.
Hey.
I'm afraid I'll have
I
to
figured
abstain.
Sonny-
I have got an
I
upset
figured Sonny deserved a toast. So.
Yeah,
I agree.
I thought about that earlier, and I just and I realized I had no liquor in the house.
Cheers.
I got out the good china.
Cheers.
Sorry, I'm teetotaling tonight.
Yeah.
Same here. Mold.
Yeah. You know, Joe, I credit you guys with kind of getting us all together in this group, man. I mean, it started with you guys. we kind of met on Facebook in your show built, and we all decided, hey, we're going to kind of kind of do our own thing.
I blame Ben and Joe.
Yeah, it's all their fault.
That's a very common phrase found on the internet.
Speaking of,
now that I think about it, I can send them the bill for my my audio. I have an addiction. This is like my 4th audio panel I've gone through.
So you're saying you got an audio panel for cheap? You might have it for sale.
Yeah, I've got one for cheap if you want one.
Fell off of the truck. It's got a little scratch here on the serial number.
That's the type of stuff I'm looking for.
There's my wife.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Just write it off on your taxes, man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Mary Ann asked what those people in the background doing, Enzo.
They're having, these people are having dinner. These people are having dinner. These people are drinking. I think there might be a band way in the back there. This is a live cam from because the beach is right out here. This is down in St. John's down in the Virgin Islands.
I was gonna say it'd be crazy if like a windowless van just came through and took out a bunch of people live on the air. We're like, oh no!
I keep waiting for something crazy to happen. There was like a big lightning storm a couple of weeks ago where there was just gallons of water gushing off everything. People are all like hiding inside under the roof.
God bless you.
Oh man.
Yep. So you guys need to come out for the Border Town Paracon in September. It's a good central location, right on the border of Kansas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can all get shirts printed up with I blame Ben and Joe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like it. I like it.
It's funny because me and my wife were talking about it, and I was telling her about that,
Hello, John.
and we were actually planning on trying to make it out there.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually,
That'd be
try
awesome.
to do that.
We'll throw you on
Yeah.
a panel.
Yeah.
That'd be
That'd be
cool.
UFO panel with me.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool. I'm down.
That'd be really
do it.
cool.
Now, unfortunately, I will only be there about half a day, but I will be very pleased to be able to see you guys.
Yeah, you need
Where
to
you-
talk to your son.
Where you going, dude?
Yes, my son has chosen that day to get married.
Oh well,
That's not a very good excuse.
it
That's
just
not
it sounds like that he needs to
Weak
change
sauce.
the venue. Obviously, it just needs to be a venue
Get
change.
married there in front of everybody. I'll have to bring that up. He could get married. at
Bigfoot
the
could marry him. I'm
Just has
licensed.
that great big
so,
blow
like,
up alien.
Me
I can,
too. So if you know anybody who needs
I can marry them.
Yeah, same.
Joe can dress up as
Okay,
Bigfoot.
that's a good question. How many of us here are actually ordained ministers?
Me.
At least 3 of us.
I'll put my Chewbacca costume
I'll put it on my list of stuff to do.
We'll get them married.
Yeah, get on that, Gary.
Right after I do my taxes for the company.
Right. Hey, John, how are you doing, sir?
Taxes. Who does those old things?
Right. We don't need
Ones that want to stay in business.
Right?
Yeah.
Thinking taxes.
Ugh.
No taxation without representation.
right. Yep. I could get started on that. I'm not going to.
Oh God, we don't need the soapbox tonight.
Yeah.
we got a lot of Second Amendment.
Tune in next
You know,
week
right-
for that
live,
episode.
Live on your own types here.
Right. Hey, the Gorilla
I
Gamer,
mean,
you
we
guys
could
doing?
do that sometime. I mean, if y'all wanted to get together, I'm
We-
totally in.
It would be totally counterproductive to get the tribute show canceled.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would. It would.
Get a
Well, that
copyright
didn't work
strike or
out.
something like that. Yeah.
That
No,
don't
but this
work
is
out
the
like
sort of thing Sonny would have loved to have been part of.
Right. Absolutely.
I tell you what, you know, it's like even my wife's now starting to get on board as it's getting these what are they? Bidenomics is starting to hit us, even and so even my wife's like, yep, time to farm.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But we still have to have good internet though. 'Cause we're
Yeah.
still gonna be
Yeah.
we're gonna go to farm our own stuff, but we'll still be gamers. You see us traveling across country in an RV with like the
Starlink satellite.
Starlink. Sitting off the top.
Auto track.
It's my turn to play.
Actually,
you get to
they,
drive.
they have enough up there now that you don't need the auto tracker anymore. You can put just a flat.
Yep.
Flat.
Yeah, I got a
Oh,
buddy of mine. He's
wow.
a truck driver. He literally has his computer running the entire time he's driving.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
heard the
wow.
RV ones have gotten really good too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my brother. He's got the RV version, and he gets just as good a speed as I do.
Oh yeah. I
And
mean, it's good enough for most things.
yeah, there's a
Need to
guy we
upgrade.
work with who just switched over to the T-Mobile, and he's the one that kind of got me rolling with Starlink. And he said the T-Mobile is blowing Starlink out of the water, the wireless or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I haven't really even looked into it, but
Well, they have some kind of a partnership, I guess, because eventually, it was just last week, I think, that Elon did a tweet. It's like, this tweet was sent from my phone bouncing off of one of the satellites. Basically, the last several batches of satellites, like every other one or every third one or whatever, basically has like a cell phone tower built into the satellite.
oh,
So
cool.
eventually, once they get enough of them up, you'll always have a satellite, or you'll always have a cell phone tower in space within range of your phone. Which
Oh, wow.
I know he has some kind of deal with T-Mobile going on right now, so I don't know if that's necessarily the direction to go, but it's still probably
Well, I
another
know-
year until it's fully.
I know he wanted
populated.
to launch his own cell service / satellite service. So
Right.
I mean,
That may be part of
everybody's seen those leaked designs of the Tesla phone.
Yeah.
Well, at least it has a cool logo.
I'm just excited that I can actually live in the middle of nowhere and still get decent internet. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah, I
is.
mean, it's I could live without anything, but it's kind of nice to have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was great because I know the first time you came on with us, Gary, I think Ben and Joe were on at the same time, and I was like, man, I hope my internet holds up because I just had DSL. I mean, I was running maybe 6 meg download, and I was like, man, I hope. And luckily, I mean, it worked. I think because my wife and kids, I think, went down to see her sister for a little while, or it was just me and Mark here at the house. And now we're doing this. I'm like, man, I love this. It's so much better, more efficient. Mark and I can do episodes every Monday, and instead of
It's
I
no
mean,
strain at all, man.
yeah, it was kind of nice because when we first started, we'd sit down like every other Sunday and record a couple episodes and just release them, or we'd get a little bit ahead, and if we were going to miss whatever, we'd have something for that week. And then this came along, it made things so much easier.
Yeah, that's why I decided to just do my my podcast just live every time, because for 2 reasons. I have no clue how to edit, and
We stopped editing.
yeah,
We
and
did. It was more fun.
if it's
Editing's
live, it's
better.
live. Yeah. If it weren't for Ben, I wouldn't even have an intro. So it would just be me going, "Hey, welcome," with like a thumbnail.
Nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah,
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
I
Gotta
mean,
start
Joe
somewhere.
Rogan.
Oh, dude, it's just going to be, just a platform for me to spew on my Second Amendment. You have rights, and you should live by them type crap.
Yep, absolutely. I'm
Convention
good
of the
with
States.
Yep, we all got to move over near Joe in the country of Texas.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm okay. I could use some neighbors like you guys.
The
do the
Independent Republic of Texas.
Yep.
Speaking of neighbors, where's Ben at? I don't.
Yeah, Ben.
I don't text about what time we're coming on. I don't know where he went.
All right,
Yeah,
Joe,
but
all
for
right,
real,
everybody
though-
text him at once.
Okay.
All right, he was even texting me earlier, so I got him up.
We blame you.
Where? Yeah.
Oh, he said he's here,
Oh, he's here.
Well, there he is. Yeah.
but he's
In the
not on
chat.
here.
No, he's not on here.
Yep.
Well,
No, it's
he doesn't get on to defend himself. We'll just have to keep blaming
Right.
stuff. on you.
Yeah.
creeping on.
Creeping on you.
He's probably working on like 3 different projects, 2 of them for free.
Oh, at least.
Probably he's working on your intro, Gary.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I came in clutch on that because I was going to actually, until all this happened, I was about to premiere on Sunday, and then I was like, all right, we'll go ahead but because my my co-host, which is a guy, an engineer, from UAPX, also named Ben, but he's going to Israel to volunteer, and his family's he's Jewish and his family's Jewish, and he's like, I just felt like I have to go. And I'm like, yeah, it's understandable, man. You
Yep.
still got a place here. Yeah, I'm going to still do the podcast without you. But, when you get back, you're still here.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Tell him to get his Starlink up. He can just co-host with you from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have time to be worried about my stupid podcast while he's over there, like literally doing some real work in the world.
Yeah, I think there are other factors.
Yeah,
You
but
may have to-
this is the type of guy he is, though. He's still like, maybe if I'm in a hotel or something, I can remote from my phone. I'm like, sure, all right, but you don't have to. You're out there doing community service in Israel.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the strip, so he's not going to have much access to the internet.
Yeah.
That's
So Gary, it's going to be, I can't remember the name of your podcast.
Me either, because you just asked me. Let's see if can you screen share on this thing?
Yeah, you should be able to hit the present.
Let me see if I can pull up the intro that Ben made. Let me see, downloads. I don't know if this is the new one, but I'll just play this one anyways because it's pretty similar anyways. Can you guys see it?
Space Oddities. There we go. Yep.
That's the gist of it.
Nice.
Cool. but
Nice.
yeah,
Well,
Ben just
it's a
whipped that
taste.
together probably under his he's probably had one hand going here and doing a real project over here. But I was very happy with how it came out. The only changes he made is we put a flag of Israel and Buddha after the sign of Christ, since my co-host is Jewish. He didn't want his grandpa to freak out that he's on a Christian podcast. So it's like I don't care about like everybody else, but I want my co-host to be happy with the intro.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Spooky?
Oh my goodness, Spooky Morales.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I haven't heard that name in a while.
I've seen Bigfoot more often than I've seen Spooky Morales for the last year plus.
Yeah, he went dark for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, I then again, I hadn't really been. I've been just haunting the internet. I hadn't really been like engaging since the PR crisis of some of our personnel a couple years ago. And honestly, we've just been nose to the grindstone working on other projects. We're looking on doing we just kind of, because like we've been sitting stagnant waiting for something to happen that we've been working on that I'm sick of waiting on. So I decided last week that we're just going to move forward with starting working on different equipment and testing them up in upstate New York, in an area that's known for UFO activity. And we're going to take the next year to test each individual equipment, come up with the best way to utilize that equipment, and then we're going to combine it all together and do another expedition up in that area, probably not this summer, but next summer. So,
Nice.
but we had to kind of scratch things because the one bad thing about, like, you watch the movie that we were in and you see all this equipment, but what you don't realize is all that equipment's like 30 years old. It's a lot of equipment. It's a lot of expensive equipment. It was, I'm very grateful to have it. A lot of lessons learned. But once we went to go to do data analysis, it's like, is that a bug or is that just something that hit the lens? What azimuth this at? Do we have a location of that camera? No, because we had people moving the cameras to get a better shot for the movie. We had, I mean, you don't know how many times on the FLIR cameras we just see a head bobbing right in front of it's like, guys, don't walk in front of the cameras, or somebody will overload a circuit and not bother to tell us that it's off. So we'll have like half our cameras off for like 10 hours, and and then when we go back to check on it, it's like, why are all the cameras off? How long have they been off? Check data stamps, and they're like, oh, it's been off for an hour. Great.
Dang.
So a lot of lessons learned that so we decided to start from scratch. We started with the basis of a UFO DAP, which is a pretty solid piece of equipment, but it's not going to be able to utilize for actual scientific research, and it's not reliable enough to just break it down and deploy it all over the place. And so it takes a lot of, it's something good if you're just going to stick something on your roof or in your yard and just leave it there. Perfectly fine, great for the amateur hour. It's not good for rigorous scientific endeavors. So
Yeah.
we're coming up with our own software for it, and we're gonna utilize a different camera. We figured out the dome is going to be a big problem when we're analyzing our data, because, well, you'll hear about something about the dome in the future and why we're not going to use it anymore. But
I'm very interested in that, because I was thinking of designing something similar, because I'm in the process of building like a travel kind of adventure van kind of thing to go around, and
I can give you
something like that
a
for
good
my own
idea.
van.
If you're don't use a domed camera, you can still use like a heavy weatherproof camera, as long as it's doesn't have the dome. Something with a cover or something like that keeps the rest of the stray light out, and then use overlapping cameras that just kind of barely overlap each other to get your 360. It's a lot more expensive, but that's the only way you're going to get the scientific rigor that you want, especially with FLIR and some of the we got high speed. Oh,
what's up?
There he is.
Yo,
There he is.
what's up,
It
y'all?
was in San Jose that I was very curious about the giant dome ball.
I love how you queued that up. Hell yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
Speaking of the man that we all blame.
Yeah,
Right.
jeez.
There he is.
You guys are making me blush
I'm gonna
over
send you
here.
a bill.
I've been
I
like
blame Ben and Joe.
I've been like racking my brain all day between work and like eating Taco Bell, like thinking of all the funny shit that Sonny has done and said, and like trying to not cry and like laugh at the
I
same
know.
time. Y'all
Yeah.
like that's why I like
Well-
hesitated to come on here, because it's like I'm just gonna come on here and like
No,
sob
you
for a
gotta do it.
while, but that's not what Sonny would want, right?
Nope.
Oh no.
Maybe you would a little bit.
Like I told Enzo the other day, I was checking on him, and I mentioned, I said, hey, we have an awesome community of guys and gals. We have an awesome community, and it's our burden to share that. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Nobody's going to judge you, and that's what's awesome about this whole community is nobody's judging anybody. There's a genuine interest in what everybody has to say.
Well, that's
And that's-
Sonny to a T, man. I mean, he's like he's the most open, like understanding, genuinely curious guy. I mean, he wanted to talk about stuff, and honestly, like he would listen more than he would talk. That's the thing I remember most about him.
Yep.
Good for
Yeah.
you, Chad. I wish you was here, man.
I've been trying to, Chad, dude, samesies, bro.
Chad, brother.
I mean, you were up at like 6 a.m. every week with him.
Take it easy, Ken.
Which, of course, Sonny being in California, while Chad was up at that early, was up that much earlier.
Yeah.
He was making coffee at like
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning, and he's still going on with Chad every morning.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
Ben, I was telling him about how Sonny was one of the first people to even come on
Yeah.
the show, because remember he sent us that picture. He
Yeah.
sent us a picture of like this dream he had. It was like an egg with like these cool power cells that like fit on top of each other.
Yup.
He was talking about it. He was like, it was so real. It was like a weird dream. I remember the dude telling me how to like put this egg together, and he had like this picture and he sent it to us.
It's gotta be. So I've been like searching for the past hour, like of stuff that we've talked about and sent and stuff, and that was one of the sketches, dude. I don't know if he sent it to both of us or if he posted it on it, but yeah, that dream was so interesting. It was like almost like a pine cone. It had cells. It was like he had a waking dream. Yeah, do you all remember that? And it was almost like a battery thing where it was like each cell.
That's what he said it was a battery. They were segments of a battery that he was trying to have to plug in. And there were two people, like observers up on the catwalk that were watching him.
Yeah.
One was obviously human, but one obviously kind of wasn't. That was the, oh my goodness. Look who it is.
How you doing, sir?
What's up, bro?
There he is.
Woo!
How you doing, brother?
Make sure I can hear everything. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can hear
you're
you.
great, man. You're
Awesome,
great.
thank you. Yeah, I my whole desk and office has been disassembled, so I had to put it all back together real fast so I could jump on. I don't even know how I sound or how I look, but I just wanted to say hi
You
to
sound
everybody.
perfect.
And
Don't change a thing.
oh,
Sound
good.
great,
Thank you, man.
That
Awesome.
sounds great.
I did
Yeah,
the
this
same
is
thing
awesome.
when
So glad you guys did this so that we could, think about Sonny, remember him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he would be proud seeing us all together again. It's been quite a while, man.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's anything that Sonny would have wanted, it would be exactly this: everybody getting together and having a good time.
Well, let's be honest. Sonny would be like, "How come you motherfuckers couldn't get back together 6 months ago?"
Exactly.
Right?
because everybody's stubborn.
Y'all now.
Well, that's just it. It's all about celebrating life.
Yeah.
I mean, we unfortunately, we've all had people that we truly love pass away. Some people more than most. Some people never. Good on you if you've never lost anybody you really liked or loved. But I find that celebrating their life is the way you have to go. You got to keep moving forward, because I know the day, tomorrow, if I get my Widowmaker, because I'll be honest with you guys, except for maybe Joe and Ben, you guys need to start taking care of yourselves, because we're not that far behind where he is at.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
It could happen to any of us. And should I keel over tomorrow, I want you guys to be saying the worst possible things about me you possibly can. I want you to tell the crappiest stories about me. Yeah. Tell the crappiest stories about me, and let it all go out, because that's what I would have wanted. So
absolutely,
he's the same kind of guy you guys are, same kind of guy I am. So let it loose.
I might make some inappropriate Navy jokes, but
a few years ago, I lost somebody very important to me that meant the world to me. My grandfather. He was a World War II veteran, and he was just like my hero, and I just absolutely loved him. But when he died, it really was very, very traumatic for me. The only other person that had ever died, well, actually, my best friend died in high school, got in a car crash, and then the other. A couple other souls that I lost throughout my life were my family pets. I lost my dogs, and I consider them just like family. So it crushed me when I lost them. But when my grandfather died, that was a few years ago, and it really made me dive into my spiritual side to try to deal with the death and try to understand life and death. So I just wanted to share a couple of my favorite quotes from the Buddha about death. And one is that, the problem is with this life and the way that we go about it is that we think we have time. We think that we have all this time, and we start life, and a lot of times when we're younger, we're kind of taught that we don't even think about death because it's so far away. It's something that we shouldn't even think about, because you're never going to die, right? But if there's anything that we know is that life is uncertain, but death is certain. And we don't know when that's going to happen. It could happen anytime. And, Sonny was a young person. He was not an old guy. So to lose Sonny at so young, it's very hard to understand. But I believe that what death has taught me is that death is a part of life. And that I embrace death because I know it's going to happen. It could happen, 2 or 3 breaths from now. And that's why I try to live my life now to where I just focus on every single moment and nothing else, because nothing's guaranteed except for right now, and when I wake up every morning, I've told this on the podcast many times that I start my day with my meditation of gratitude. And it helps me get through life, because when I focus on being grateful for that last breath I just took, and the one that just passed right now, I'm grateful for everything after that.
Absolutely, bro.
Right? I
Yep.
mean, we are so lucky. And the thing about Sonny is that Sonny was somebody that, you know, I spent my favorite times with Sonny were not really on as much on the podcast as they were the times that we spent off the podcast just hanging out. Not talking about the subjects that we talk about on YouTube, just talking about other things, you know, life and family. And it's some of the best times that I've ever had is hanging out with Sonny. I really, really love Sonny because he was such a genuine person, you know, and he cared about people so much. He cared about all of you guys right now. I'm looking up at the screen, and you know, we interviewed almost all of you guys. I don't know if we ever interviewed Gary, but we wanted to. But he cared about all of you guys,
I was in
and
your
that's how
audience
much
a
of a
lot.
that's how much of a heart he had. You know, he just loved everybody, and he would give you the shirt off his back. I mean, this as a matter of fact, I told Chad the other day, this is my favorite hoodie. I wear it almost every day. I don't think my wife likes it, but I wear it every day. And this Sonny sent me this. It's from the racetrack that he worked at every summer and volunteered, and you know, he made that racetrack what it was. They had such a great time during the summer, and you know, up there in Fresno, it's boiling hot during the summer, but they didn't care. They'd get out there and make those, you know, make it a great time for the community. So he was a part of the community. And this sweater right here is from Eagle Field Track, and that's where they would always go, and he would spend his time on the summertime. So, you know, just some other things that I was thinking about when I was going through my closet was some of my favorite merches that the girls Jamie made.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's me. Chad is ET, and I'm Elliot, and Sonny's back there in the back. Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. But this one right here is the one I almost threw on to come on here today. But I wanted to wear my hoodie because I still think that that this hoodie is kind of like getting a warm hug from Sonny.
Awesome.
This one right here.
Look
The
at
three.
that.
Oh yeah.
The boys.
The boys.
The boys.
Yeah, that's a special one. I don't know what this one is. Oh well, let's just.
I gotta get me that. I want that.
You know this one right here. Who did this? You know who did that?
Yeah.
I got the mug.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Sonny loved that logo. You guys did, Ben. He loved it.
It's funny because when he was thinking about doing the podcast, Joe, do you remember what the first name was?
I don't.
I think it was Paranormal Garage.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think
He
you're
was
right.
throwing around the names.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I could make the logo, but like I would just put the UFO Garage logo and just change it to Paranormal. And then I was like, no, you need your own thing. And he was like, okay. And then yeah, design that. And he was like, dude, yes, that's always what it was gonna be. Out of every client, well, I know I've worked with a few of you guys, but like just it's always like it always feels really good when you click, you know, creatively. And he was first iteration, he was like, I love it, yes, I love the neon and all that. That was super special that I was able to work with him on that. And it's I don't know what else to say.
He appreciated that so much, man. I mean, I got to tell you, one of the best times in Sonny's life for certain was when he met you guys at Vegas. I mean, he talked about that, about how much he loved meeting you guys, and we laughed so many times about the funny stuff that happened when you guys were in Vegas.
I have some videos that he sent me before Vegas, and it's like a receipt of like $200, and he's like, yeah, it was like a couple days before the SOR party. Oh, Willie, what's up, dude?
Big Willie.
Can I play it?
Yeah, you can play it.
You might get demonetized.
Okay, let's see.
We're not making money anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah, I figured as
How
much.
much of a
It's
loss?
just something you say on YouTube.
Yeah.
It won't show up on Spreaker anyway. So
Oh well. Okay, maybe I've got the video file. Okay. All right, give me that.
Yeah, go for it, man. Willie, how you doing, sir?
Not too bad. How about you guys?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Other than,
The obvious, yes, sir.
I know it's funny, Ben. You were talking about like all the crazy videos, all of that. I think
Sorry.
no, go ahead and play it.
I'm sorry, dude.
Sure you ready, buddy?
That's,
I'll see you in Vegas, Ben.
That's what he
We're gonna
gave me
get
right
high.
there. He goes, "We're gonna get high." Like
Vegas, Ben.
Even on a jet airplane. Yeah.
That's what he gave me. That's what it was.
that's what
Yeah,
that was.
Sonny
what that
loved that
was.
Khalifa website.
Yeah, I can't do those gummies. That 5 milligram gummy, I don't have a tolerance because I don't smoke and I really don't do much at all. So me and my wife, after my baby was born, we were out in the Vegas area, and I said, "Mind if I buy some gummies?" And she's like, "Yeah, do whatever you want." I took one. But 20 minutes later, I'm like, "I made a mistake, love. We need to go to our room."
Yes. This is a wrong mistake.
Oh man.
At least you were smart and didn't take that second one.
Right.
Nope. No, I learned that lesson when I was a teenager.
Willie, did you find any funny videos, dude?
Oh, there's a lot. But, I mean, there are. Yeah, here. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull this up.
I had to like upload the video like when I press present and then video file. That worked the best.
Yeah, I've got a. Don't hit play when you upload it. This is new for us too. We're supposed to kind of learn them, but because I've got to click on it to put it on the stage.
Yeah.
It just automatically played when I upload. I don't know what happened.
I know. Sometimes it does that. It's just
that's
like,
cool.
Boop, boop, boop. Plus, it's been
Yeah,
so
Marianne,
long
we
since I've
sure
been
are.
on here. How do we run this shit? All right, let's see. All right, this should work for you, Sonny. So, I was going to say, anybody who knows Sonny, who interacted even remotely with Sonny, I think the best way to give cheers to Sonny tonight is if you got a gummy or you got something, smoke it. Because, I mean, that, let's be honest, more than taking a drink, that was Sonny's way of relaxing. But speaking of Sonny, or Ben, the video you just sent, this is the one, too, that he sent. Like, I would consistently get the most random videos from him that had, like, this. I've never even heard of this one before. What the volume? Let's see the volume. There we go.
Shit, Willie, I was smoking some of this Daniel LaRusso weed. Then I thought, fuck, I'm going to try this one too. Drop some Dragonfly Jones. Now they're fighting in my brain, Willie. I can't get them to stop. They're kicking each other's ass.
Yes.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Wow,
of him
that's a
that
whole
you
level of
actually see
high.
too. That is a whole other level of high. Oh man,
My face hurts.
But Willie, don't you think the all-time classic comedy was New Year's Eve a couple years ago?
Yeah.
When
you
we had
guys went
Josh.
for
It was a marathon New Year's Eve.
When he stole the football.
long.
Yes, and when
Dude,
Sonny
that one was
Sonny
so
lit
funny.
Sonny lit the fire inside the garage, and we're like, "What in the hell?"
Yes, dude.
Thought he was gonna burn the house down. Hey, he knew
That
how
was
to
a
do
normal
it.
thing though for him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't realize that it would literally just pour like rubbing alcohol or whatever it was on the floor and light it on fire to stay warm so that like Chad, because Chad, it's like 4 hours difference almost.
Why didn't you just get an
He was
alcohol
doing the
lamp?
morning
Just
show,
burn it
and he's
that
like,
way.
"This is what I need to do to stay warm."
I mean, it's actually genius when you think about it. I mean, that's like those candles that heat food. It's just that oil that burns. It's genius.
Yeah, he's like a mad scientist in his garage.
He could have just poured it in a bowl and lit it up.
yeah.
You could even have thrown a wick in it. And those 2 pieces of metal.
It would take too long.
He would have had a heater.
Never mind. What an idiot.
I'm sure his homeowners association would love him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he lived somewhere hopefully he lived somewhere that there was no association, because I can't see him being copacetic.
No, there was no association there.
Speaking of like logistics and stuff, one time me and him were talking about like helping me create some ads for the podcast. And I've got a video of what he sent back, and it was, I don't know why we never ran these ads, but he made it like an entire ad video. And it's super simple, but I love it.
Is that when we were talking about a network?
No, it was like way before that. It was,
okay.
It was right before that. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So we had like this whole brief of like, yeah, I think the ad should be funny, but like, not too complicated. All right, I'll just play it. Okay, I guess it's uploading.
Yeah, I saw this.
I mean, the movements are so good. It keeps going. Did you hear it? It's moving. Did you hear it move? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great.
Great.
I mean, pure genius.
Oh man.
Hell. Got a couple other videos. I mean, I hate to always like bring it back to the podcast, but that's where we met. That's where I met Sonny.
That's where I know him from. I mean, I know him mostly from just sitting in the audience and making wisecracks in the comments.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he was. You could always count on him to give you like shoot it to you straight, but like in a nice way, like a funny way, like kind of give you shit, like do an episode or say something stupid on air or something and chat about it. I'll chat with him after shows, and he'd always be like, "Yeah, that was dumb, but
He was
better next
the
time."
most polite way of
I
telling
haven't
people
gotten
something
that.
wasn't good or not.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that kind of tact yet. I'm like, that sucked. Don't do it again. I'm just brutally honest. But yeah, he definitely had a way.
Yeah.
I was looking back at the model cars in the RC cars that he did. Not only did he work for the racetrack, but he would help build those RC cars, man.
Oh, Sonny was a genius in the garage. I mean, people don't really appreciate
for
what
anything.
That guy
The things he
is
could
a
build was
master
crazy.
mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He showed me pictures of when he used to work on they used to build custom cars, totally restored. They would have a total piece of junk, and they would just do a full body, everything from the frame up. And he showed me some of the masterpieces that they did. One was a lowrider Chevrolet Impala, and of course that he knew that I liked that, so he showed me the picture, and I couldn't believe it. But what was that?
What is that?
Hey.
Not me.
Really?
Someone's got some music going.
Hey.
It's not me. I was muted. I don't know.
Is that the party going behind Enzo?
No, that's not me.
What is that from?
Where's it coming from?
1, 2, 3, mute.
I think that was Beyonce.
It's Gary. Gary's the one listening to Beyonce.
Okay.
You listen to the Queen Bee, dude?
Yeah.
was amazing.
What was that?
I have no idea. It wasn't me. It was coincidence because I don't have anything else running that would be.
It turns off when Gary goes silent.
Hey Ben,
Maybe
you
it's
brought up
Sonny.
you brought up the fact about the RC cars, and that kind of is one of the things I have been thinking about the last couple of days. Is if everybody remembers, sometimes you would see Sonny with his grandson Jax, and Jax was the coolest little kid. I mean, I just thought that it was such a great relationship they had. You know, Sonny had daughters, but Jax was his grandson, so he actually got to, help bring up a young boy too. And I think that that was one of my favorite things, was to see the relationship that he had with his grandson.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Ken asked if that was Sonny in the background.
Also, we bop into Beyonce.
That would be the song.
Oh man, remember on Lewis's kind of tribute show you guys did
Yeah.
at the very end of it?
That was
crazy.
That was wild.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was a crazy coincidence for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had had a
Or was it?
had or was I, dude? I'm open to whatever, but yeah. I mean, technically, I had opened a video and somehow it wasn't playing
Jake?
audio the entire episode at the end of it. A very synchronicitous message there at the end. I thought about that too, man. I mean, it's just crazy that like two of our OG, Joe, you and I were talking about this over the weekend. Like two of the OG, not that you guys aren't OG, but like, dude, because you are. I mean, like, it's just it's insane.
I've been thinking about it too, man. It is odd that both of them have left us,
Yeah,
of course, way, way too young.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that initial podcast, that's how I first saw them together. Was the very early days of the Chop Shop. And when Sonny asked me to come on and be part of the Chop Shop, I mean, it was a huge honor because kind of taking the seat of Lewis, and that was a big honor for me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a good job.
Did a great job. Fantastic. Well, you could definitely hold an interview longer than Lewis could. I'll tell you that.
This is wild, boy.
Lewis would
Just try to keep the peace.
Go off into his own world, and then
Mm-hmm.
in a good way. But yeah, those two started there. That
was the wildest first episode. I was out there that night with them. That was wild. Lewis is driving around town in his car, like trying to get a signal.
Oh yeah.
He got possibly some domestic abuse that night. I mean, it was just a night. We were on for like 5.5, 6 hours, and finally Sonny was like, "You think it's long enough? Think we should cut it off?" I'm like, Probably can. He's like, I'm trying to hang out for Lewis to be able to say goodbye. I was like, I don't know if Lewis is coming back, man. Like, he's just driving.
Yeah, like what was the ending? Like Lewis was just like being yelled at, and then
some gas station argument that broke out for a minute, and then he's like, I gotta go.
Hey, he ended up at the gas station, didn't he?
Yeah, he ended up all over town. He would just pop in and out. And then remember he came on the one night, it was like 4th of July, and there were fireworks going off everywhere, and he was outside trying to get signal, and it was literally just like a war zone. He's like, oh, you these fireworks. There's oh my God, Lewis.
Yeah.
But Sonny loved
Mark
it.
Mark and I actually had Lewis on like a couple of days before he passed, and that was crazy too, man. It was nothing
I think it was the
exciting.
day
Like,
before, wasn't it?
I think so. It was either a day or two
The
before.
day or 2 days.
And
He told us he was going fishing.
Yeah, he told us he was going fishing, and he's asking me. It was around election time, wasn't it? It was just after election time.
I don't remember. I'd have to go
all
back
that.
and look.
And that was surreal. I was like, oh man, because I was scrolling Facebook, and I can't remember if it was his fiance or girlfriend. It was like, I'm like, holy cow, what's going on? So I'm following it, and that was a rough one too.
Yeah.
It just.
Yeah, it's crazy. Both Lewis and Sonny's passing had me like frantically like when was the last time I talked to them? Like,
Right.
like going through my messages, like, shit, I hope I said something nice, or like, I hope I got back to them soon enough. Like, it's
Oh, Deanna. How you doing,
Deanna.
Deanna?
Yeah, I get the same regrets too, because like I've always meant to come on the show, and it's like one of those things that like I wanted to go back on Philip and Mark's show, and I want to go back on UFO Garage, and then it's like next thing you know, I'm over here doing the family thing, or just sitting on the couch, not with zero motivation to even move.
I feel you, man. Well, it's crazy to think that out of all the people in the entire world, 2 within a circle of like 25 would go within 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a high percentage.
Yep.
So we're gonna start death pool.
Looks like Lewis was back in May of 2022, maybe
22. Yeah, so it's been a couple of years, because that was right after we started back up, after we took that hiatus.
Yeah, says we're back finally in Lewis's last show.
Yeah, it was so hard because I tried to cut out his audio, but it was so poor because he was on his phone driving around. He said he took off work to jump on the show with us because he's. I was like, oh man. And
I quit my job, but I'm here.
And you were worried about your internet at the time. Worried about him driving around on his phone.
Don't worry about that. That was just a couple of pedestrians.
Yeah, right.
And I think I was chatting with his sister, and because I wanted to cut the audio, but it was so poor that it wouldn't have done any good to cut it, just to send it to her. That way she's got something that, in times of need or whatever, she could listen to it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But yeah, that was crazy too. I mean, Sonny's been on all of our shows, and
Well, that's the one good thing about this is, I mean, he's on the internet. He's now immortalized forever. Somebody someday is going to go across these early podcasts, as they're going to call them.
Yeah.
And be like, it was a wild time back then. You could just do whatever you wanted on them.
Wild West. They would do podcasts for 8 hours.
Right.
Everybody was so stoned. Sometimes they wouldn't even wear
This
shirts.
guy's just smoking pot openly. Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
You remember when that was a thing?
Sure.
That guy's garage is on fire.
He's just trying to stay warm, though. Yeah.
Right. But what's awesome about that is his grandson can go back and watch that and see his grandpa, or Deanna can watch
awesome.
it. And that's what's awesome about it.
Yeah, you don't realize how important that is. It's because I just got reached out to by a sailor's wife that I served with, and unfortunately I really didn't know the sailor very, very good because he had just checked on as I was leaving, but I was able to reach out to some of the other guys that I knew that did work with him, because he had unfortunately passed away pretty young, and she was looking for some people to talk to his kids about serving with him and stories about him and things like that. And you don't realize how important that is until it's too late. So,
You think about it, all of us here, we've got an archive of stuff we can pass down to our kids and our grandkids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I'm really regretting all the stupid things I said.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of episodes. Totally Topless Tuesdays.
I was thinking about St. Patty's Day on Ben's show.
Oh, yeah.
No.
A lot of drunk talk.
I do have a couple of videos, if you guys want, of Spooky with his Sonny with his grandkids. I did, because he would always send talking about Spooky, like you were saying, and being absolutely constant. I mean, this is just a one of many, but there is one here. If you want, I can share this one. I'll just throw it out.
So you guys should all get together and pull your footage and stories of him, and just make a small documentary to send the family.
I'm down.
Because he would send a ton of audio clips, and that's the only thing that's not as easy to share. The videos are easy, but the audio clips, which are pretty golden, because
the audio clips are gold. I want to figure out how to save those.
I know. That's the one issue I got to figure out how to do. Oh,
just overlay them over a video.
There is a way to do it, but you have to kind of do it manually. And for anybody who doesn't know out there, Sonny loved to chat using Facebook Messenger, but he hated typing. So he would certainly send a video, like audio of just him saying whatever it is he was saying.
Yeah.
And it was so hilarious to just, all right, I got a 3, 4, 5 minute audio thing of listening to whatever it is Sonny has to say. And but
sometimes I would say, sometimes I would tell him, just call me already. We don't have to.
I know, exactly. It was, but looking back at it now, it's like, oh my God, this is like this like ancient history archive thing where we now that is like preserved forever, where we can pull up that at any time.
I got you, Deanna. Yeah, I'll send these to you. There's this one. I'll press play on this one, and then I have one other one. He was cooking. Apparently, those kids had some pretty good taste buds. They were eating, I'll just show you. It was like buttered shrimp he was braising for them or something. So,
just bought Jax another dirt bike.
Another one.
He's learning how to ride with a clutch. Oh, now I got to rebuild that one. It's not supposed to smoke like that. But I bought it cheap, man. He's out there having a good ass time. I wish I was a kid again. My grandpa buy me shit.
Like seriously, what like the funnest grandpa ever? Like, come on.
I don't know if does it just play or no if I switch over like that? Oh, it does. Okay,
it does, yeah.
Here's the other one then.
They just eat them straight out of That's how they eat them. They just eat them straight out of the bowl.
So you like round them all up in the.
What is it?
Because we always send videos of like what my kids were eating, what he was.
Is it a turtle?
It's a turtle.
Yeah, it looks like a turtle.
It's amazing.
Turtle.
Yep.
That's funny.
What was that? That was great.
But there's a ton of other ones. There was one he was sending talking about making Brown look good. He was wearing these boots. They made like get the alligator boots. Did he send those to you guys? No.
Oh, I remember the alligator boots.
He kept joking about it. He was like, I'm gonna leave it up to you, Willie. I was like, Sonny. I'm pretty sure here, yeah, it's this one. Let's see. I don't know if it'll. And then I'll stop. And then the rest of them I'll send to you, Joe, because I know you said do you want to send him to you or to Ben?
Yeah, you can send them to me.
Okay.
Put a little something together.
Joe's somewhat of a video editor nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And I just put these boots on, and I was thinking, damn, should I keep them? And then you messaged me, so I'm asking you, these good-looking boots, Willie? They fit good. I really like them. They cost so much money, dude.
You should have just said something. I live in Florida.
Cayman alligators.
So funny.
That one and then
Shit, I might keep them.
It was this one right here.
Yes.
I feel so bad wearing this expensive hat. Now I
Damn,
don't
it
feel
was
so bad
good.
wearing this
He does
expensive
look
ass
good.
hat.
It's so funny.
If you got an expensive hat, you kind of have to have expensive ass boots.
That's
I make
true.
brown look good too. People think brown's ugly. Now when I wear it, I make them brown.
That slow
Damn right.
That slow chest stroke.
Till he's so high.
But that wasn't even the rattlesnake hat. My favorite was the hat with the rattlesnake.
Oh yeah.
Those are just the videos I can share appropriately here on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. He sent me a video about a month ago, and he was out. He was out at his camping spot, and he was like, man, I've been hearing stories about people seeing Bigfoot around this area, and I feel like I might have heard something last night. He was like, so I'm gonna set out some traps with some peanut butter on them, see what I can get. Yes. And then he goes, I think I'm gonna put some on the door handle too, in case he tries to open the door. And just fuck with him a little bit, you know.
Hey y'all, I didn't find the SOR episode, but I found an episode from Sonny's show where he's wearing the Dave Scott outfit.
Oh yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna show my thing here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow. It's so spot on.
It
Good
looks
evening. Welcome to Paranormal Chop Shop. Tonight, My name is Dave Scott, and we'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate your listening ears. No matter where on this beautiful planet we call Earth you are from, I would like to say hello to all of you.
He put his name as Dave Scott too, like at the bottom.
Yeah, it's great.
the finger up to.
Until he talks, he honestly,
Cinnamon Larry.
he's
Cinnamon-
spot on.
Bro.
It's pretty close.
God dang it, Mom! Why'd you come home? You know, it was back in the days. You know, that's how it was. Like,
And if somebody else was on the phone, you couldn't get online.
oh no, I remember being online and I'm like trying to stuff. You know, like.
I mean, like that is Dave Scott right there.
It is.
It really is. That is amazing. But he went on. He was on SOR because he was doing his show a little bit for a little while, and he dressed up as Dave Scott on Dave Scott's show.
Yep.
What a fucking legend, dude.
One of the funniest times of seeing Sonny was I can't remember what it been. We had done a show, man. I don't know if it was like a Halloween show or something, but I think they had like a watch party or something.
Oh yeah,
and dude, Sonny was laughing so hard, dude. It would make me crack up just watching him like lose his shit. It was so funny.
Yeah, dude. I found that text thread or the message thread where he was like, "Hey, y'all don't know this, but because y'all are live, you probably won't see this. We're watching your show on our show, and we're all like commenting on it."
Yeah,
it was like a rewatch party, but it was live like at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, I know you're probably everybody thinks you're gonna get mad, but like I don't care.
Yeah, it was so funny, dude.
Dude, it was so funny.
I watched his episode of them watching us.
Yes,
like
it
10
was
times.
funnier than ours. Like
It's so funny watching y'all.
Yeah, because
God.
Willie, Spooky, Chad. I mean, yeah, y'all are on that one, dude. That was such a
I
funny
think too at that
episode.
time, that was back before, like when they were first starting. You know, like everything's. I'll say this. I think you might get better technically as you get going, but the beauty, the magic of who and what you are when you first start a podcast or whatever you're doing is that beginning, whatever you were, and they truly at that time did not care what anybody might think because there was really nobody following at first, so they were like, we're totally gonna do this. So I remember like it was just open roast sessions, like in the most loving. It was like if you were being roasted by the Chop Shop, then that was like a tip to the hat because they wanted to be able to just watch you and then just roast you just slightly.
Yeah,
and it was a good time.
Yeah, when you first start out, man, that's the truest form of your show because you're improvising everything. You don't have anything good. I mean, you know, $100 mics and GoPro cameras, and you know, I mean, you're not really, you know, that's the realest you're ever going to be on your show. And then you figure out what they want to hear and see, and you kind of tailor your show to that instead of, you know, I mean, you kind of be yourself, but you do it in a way that's going to get more people to watch. And, you know, that's going to be the beauty of mine. I don't care. I'll stay with just you idiots the whole time. I don't care.
I love that. I feel like I feel like Sonny knew that too. It's like I don't care what other people like. I mean, he loves other people, but like he just wanted to do what he thought was good. It's kind of that same line of thinking, man.
Yeah, I think that's the only way you can truly like really enjoy doing this and keep doing it for a very long time. You know, like, you know who I'll give my hat off to. You know, Sonny was a great listener, but I think he probably got that from Dave Scott. I mean, because that's exactly how Dave Scott does his interviews too. And I mean, that guy's been on since like, you know, I think dinosaurs was his first guests. I think maybe Christ might have been, you know, been like, hey, you know, I got this last dinner thing, but I'll get back to you in a couple days after that, and you know how that ended up. But you know, but yeah, it was hilarious seeing him do that because he's just, I mean, those two like two peas in a pod.
I just imagine Jesus walking away with like a month's supply of Bumblefoot hot sauce. And beard oil.
Tastes good on everything.
Beard oil. He's got beard oil and Bumblefoot hot sauce. Jesus is like, damn, that was a really good show.
Oh, nice.
Eating on his fish.
I will say though, for those we can't even talk about all the things that happened, but the greatest times with Sonny for sure, like you guys said earlier, we're hanging backstage. You'd said Enzo, as far as like just the off-air stuff. Man, his suggestions for the Omegle stuff when we
Oh my God, the Omegle.
that he would just throw out there to say, wow.
Don't tell our secrets, man.
I know that's like one of the big secrets. But
Oh my
It
God.
doesn't exist anymore, does it?
No, it
I
went
don't-
away. They
no,
took it down.
It's gone. Yeah.
Mhm.
I heard
We were like OGs for that.
Omegle was kind of like a chat roulette kind of a thing. And we would get like one of the girls that we had on the panel that would be on there, and we would feed them lines because we're all like this. We're all on StreamYard, so we can they can hear us, but whoever it is can't hear them. And we'd feed them lines and all that stuff. And there were certainly some hilarious things that we would feed them lines to say to these guys for Timbuktu, literally. But it was so hilariously funny that it's one of those things that we'd probably be buried alive if we were to ever air any of that. But it was so much fun because Sonny would be back there and be like, "Man, you can't say none of that shit. What's wrong with you?" And he'd be right, of course, but we would still do it, and it was very funny. But it was certainly one of the many like epic times we would have in those after show moments with Sonny that will never be reproduced, never be forgotten. And God damn it, I miss him every fucking second since he's been gone.
Yeah, we had some great times. Those Friday nights were the best. Friday night hangouts after the Chop Shop. I mean, those were epic.
Yeah, man.
But Sonny would also hit you up. Like, you could hit Sonny up at any time. Like, if you were really going through something, you could hit him up at like any time, and he would.
Didn't matter if you're going through anything. Yeah, I just had stupid questions.
Back in the day, Jamie and Bree were usually key. They were the lure. They were the bait. We would float out there for Omegle. They would see a girl on the camera, and they're like, "Oh," and we would just feed them the most ridiculous lines to say, and then, God damn it,
knowing those two, they probably set him with flair too.
Yes, honestly, they didn't even need us. They could do it on their own. They didn't need us at all. But it was so funny.
Yeah, those two were wild too.
So funny. Those girls are hilarious.
Hey, Chris.
Mine for it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for being here.
They still doing their podcast?
They're on hiatus because they just real life stuff has kind of popped up for those two, and just haven't been able to get back to it.
I feel that. I've been working on this podcast for like 3 years.
Yeah, it's a big pain in the ass. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Mostly just because it keeps getting put on the back burner.
Yeah,
life happens, man.
It does. That's how it works. Is you like I'll get to it later, and then when later comes, it ends up being too late.
But I got the intro now, so that was the last piece I needed.
Heck yeah.
There you go. Spin it up.
I was showing off your work earlier, Ben.
I saw you made me blush. Thank you for the kind words. I know you wouldn't say that to my face, but thank you. You've thanked me.
I told you I got the long time payment plan going through your podcast.
You got the what?
The long term payment program through.
Oh
your
yes,
podcast.
yep.
It's called subscribing.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's payment enough. I got home, told my wife because I had a crazy road trip on Friday for work. It was supposed to be 3 hours. It turned into 6 hours because I got the address wrong because I'm an idiot. So yeah, as soon as I got back, I was like, babe, I can't do like responsible stuff. Like I gotta put a clip in to a video, and then I'll be ready for family stuff. I was like, I can't explain. I can't. She was like, what do you mean? I got to put a Jewish star into some Hinduism stuff and instead of just Christianity. She was like, what? I gotta like, put multiple.
I gotta do stuff.
Religions. I gotta put multiple religions instead of just one in here. She's like, what are you talking about? Just give me a minute.
My partner is Jewish and was worried that his grandfather was going to get upset if there was just a Christian cross there. So
yeah, we flashed that Star of David. We did a Hindu statue, so it crosses all borders.
Let's see if it.
Right.
I got it up here if you guys want to see the newer version.
Ooh, yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I gotta keep looking around my camera.
Dude, also Willie, your axe is amazing, dude.
It's awesome.
Oh, it's always keeping it down. It's
Bro.
always holding its own.
Have I not seen you in so long that I've not noticed that axe, or is that new?
That's
Can you believe he leaves that out with the kids running around and everything? Man, what's up?
It's literally been like I would think probably like one of the core pieces of.
I remember the
This is like episode 3, dude.
It used to hang in the old house, like down from the roof. But yeah, no, it was pretty messed up in here because my kid comes in here and records content for himself quite a bit now. He just,
nice.
I don't know what he's recording it for, but he just records stories.
What, really?
And
Seen a few of those. It's pretty
cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
His cousins are over and he interviewed that. I don't know. He's got like 14 hours of content. Just I got to go through it. I have no idea what he's. A majority
Make sure
of
there's
it.
nothing concerning in there.
It all revolves around Stranger Things. The kid's obsessed, so it's all like,
dude,
like
I
it's
just
all
started
about like interdimensional stuff.
It's a good show, man. I just started watching it again.
He just finished. So they just finished the last episode for the latest season that's out. That's his fourth time completely through. So he's like, he just keeps rewatching it. Like, all right, but and then he was so upset because they're not coming out the last until 2025, and he was not too happy about that. He's like, it's another year.
You're gonna be mad. You're gonna find a clip where he was putting his nuts on your webcam for like 10 minutes.
All over his keyboard.
He's like just trying out.
It's like he's like just dipping them on your microphone and you don't even know it.
Slow drag across
Could
the
very
desk.
well be.
He's just trying out different cuss words, like.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's trying it with like reverb and he's putting all the sound effects on his cuss words. I'm like, this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Fart.
Yeah, he was pretty upset when he found everything out because Sonny and him. Oh, you remember Spooky? There's been a couple times Liam's come on, but like he would always send Sonny stuff. So I'd always record Liam to say something to Sonny. So he was pretty upset too when he first found out. And, but that is the great thing about that's the most I guess the hardest part about community is like it's such a great thing, but then when somebody when you do lose somebody, it's like, man, it's just I don't think people realize their reach, how far it goes, beyond themselves. You know what I mean? Like way beyond. So
it's not like it's different than like say, oh, it's just somebody I worked with at the office. It's way deeper than that. Like
because like a good chunk of you guys here actually. All of you here, I've never actually in person hung out with any of you ever once.
Yeah,
and but
and I think that's been the hardest part for me with Sonny is that out of all you guys, everybody I met in YouTube, it should have been Sonny that I would have met in person first because he's only about 4 hours up the freeway. And I had every plan to make that happen when the time was right. But, as everybody knows, I'm stuck in this house. I take care of my grandma.
Yeah.
And I can't leave. I haven't left in about, 4 years. Only time I leave the house is to go over to do the pool at the other house. But when I had plans to go up there and, meet the family. And, I was really looking forward to it. So that's been the hardest part for me is knowing that that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
that's priorities, man. I mean, that's
for sure.
You got your familia, and then having to deal with. It's always, your primary family, and then your extended family, and then Ben.
But I will say that is, some of us, have had our ups and downs on YouTube and podcasting, and we had amazing times. We had the times of our life. We met people that we think we told each other we love each other, and I told Sonny many times that I loved him,
Yeah.
and he told me the same. I mean, he loved to, let you know that he cared very, very much about you. But there is something special about what you were about to start talking about, and that is how the special friendships that we make here on YouTube and in the podcasting world it's hard to explain to people that have never done it before. But I mean, some of these bonds, I consider you guys like, just as close as family, really.
Same.
I mean, I go to my closet. My closet is packed with merch from all the different friends podcasts. Mostly UFO Garage, of course. But,
yeah, same. I blame Ben.
But I think about you guys all the time when I go in that closet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it weren't for you guys, I mean, there's been so many times where I hop on YouTube and I just hit live to see what's up, and there you guys are. It's some friendly faces and like-minded folks. I can hop in the chat, talk some shit, pop off, and go back to bed.
Yeah, man.
But, it's always, So thank you guys all. I mean, endless hours of watching you guys. That's really what inspired me to really go ahead and start my own platform and start my own show, because it's hopefully this week at some point I can get something recorded with my Ben. And so that I think because he's got to go to Israel, we're just going to pre-record something for him. It's just a little intro so people know that there's somebody else involved. But pay attention to him or her.
Sorry, I keep cutting out.
Gary, is this a new video you put up?
Yeah. That's it. I threw it up there, but I didn't. Figure you'll squeeze it in wherever is appropriate. Because
I've got
to showed off Ben's work.
There it is. I keep losing internet, by the way. If I feel like I keep pausing, by the way. But dude, hell yeah! Thanks for showing that, man. Love working with you on that,
dude. If anybody ever needs any work done, man, this guy's he's apparently he's legit. I mean, look at that. It's like he did that while he was scratching his balls. So imagine what he could do if you pay him.
That's true.
I gotta say, Deanna, because she's obviously saying Sonny talked about all of you all the time. He really loved you all. Listen, there's no way that anybody ever talked to Sonny though without hearing about Deanna.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We had a good time.
He would say, "Shoot, I don't know if I can do." He would send photos of you, Deanna. We both take pictures of our wife just doing mundane things, just nothing, right? And he would there's one in particular. She was working the line at the drag show there or whatever they do the races, and he was talking about all these nice cars coming in, and then she was checking them in, and he was like, "I'm gonna probably go hit on that woman right there later. That's what I'm gonna go talk to."
Yes. Yes.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
Absolutely, Pinzer.
Yeah, that's. Good. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
Deanna, it was so just awesome to meet you in Vegas. Enzo, you were there, man.
I was there.
It was such a cool just coming together, just meeting people that are already tight with you, and like we were talking about, you share this bond. It was I've known you guys for my whole life. It's pretty awesome, and I met you guys through Spaced Out Radio and through our podcast, and I had something nice to say about Dave and how I think Sonny and I actually listened to Spaced Out Radio at the same time when we were in the chat, and that's how he even found out about our podcast. And so I just wanted to say real quick, just shout out to Dave for facilitating that community as well. It's just a super special thing that got a lot of friends together. It's not just all about us. It's about the people listening.
think Dave's probably one of those OG guys of the podcasting community. You know, started off on radio, and then he went to the internet, and he kind of dictates how you should treat your community of people that you know that work around you. And he's never been the competitive type. He's never been trying to.
I did not know that.
It was the opposite of Ben.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I threw up. I had food poisoning during the thing. And Sonny waited till after, which was good. I want to know why. I remember him telling me he got super sick, but I can't remember what happened.
Right. As I recall it, didn't he come down with COVID with all that?
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
With like 3 or 4 other people, but everyone else is around. We didn't catch shit. It was like, wait a minute, how did you get it and I didn't? I was next to you the entire time.
Slot machines, man. You know.
Yeah. Pinder said, I never really thought that I could have such bonds with people I've not met physically, and it's literally made my life better. However we got here, it was freaking meant to be. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that sums everything up, and it's.
Yeah.
I mean, a few of you guys I've met personally, you know, a few other guys I haven't, but you know, this community has brought everybody together, and I consider you guys all, you know, good friends. And like all good friends, you know, we don't talk all the time, but you know, I know. You know, and I hope you guys know that if you guys ever need anything, I'm here, you know, and but yeah.
Yeah. Same here, brother. Same here.
Same. Yeah.
I got you if you need some ramen.
Oh yeah.
I got a pretty good supply of that myself. So
I've got a futon. Anybody needs a futon? It's right here.
That's actually what I was referring to, Mark, because I remember I was watching your guys' sustainability one, and you were talking about even if you just got to buy a pack of ramen, just you start anywhere.
Yep, absolutely.
It's cheap.
Yeah, is that the same box wine you were drinking in Texas a couple years ago, Ben?
Oh,
the very same, my friend.
Exactly. That's the one.
Not the box. It's like 12,000 other. Like it's,
right.
Yeah. It was fun.
Nice.
Dennis said it was from the alcohol at first, and then later he got COVID.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, I traveled a lot between 20 and 21. 20, I got it like 3 or 4 times.
It's still going around.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going around with everything else. I mean, now you got like 15 variations. You're bound to get it. I mean,
I get the flu twice a year or more.
I forgot to get my 18 shots for it though.
Right. I never got it.
Yeah, Joe
did either.
Joe is an anomaly that you can't be the only one that hasn't.
Do not jinx him, Ben. Shush.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you're about to say.
I mean,
do not.
And the whole time, I mean,
that poor man.
I was in a Home Depot every single day. Every day.
He's got those amigo jeans.
That's right, man.
Amigo jeans.
That's right. Gotta keep on going, keep on working. Yeah, I never got it.
Ice creams is
ice creams.
Oh, that was a great video. I loved it.
That video was hilarious. And Men in Black showing up. That guy in the car was a fucking
man. That vendor, I so wanted some of that food. I'm like, I know that's gonna be good food. I know that's gonna be good food.
Yeah.
Tell him about Tex, dude.
Yeah, he's a good buddy I used to work with back in the day, and man, his wife made some amazing food. I used to love when they would bring food, because in the morning we would all be like in charge of something different. So like somebody would bring pork chops, and somebody would bring tortillas, and some guy would bring beans and rice, and we would all just get it all together and bust out a hot plate, mix it all up. And everybody gets so excited when Taz's wife would make extras and he'd bring it for breakfast. It was so good. But yeah, they're from Mexico, and they've been up here for a while. I think they're building a house back in Mexico again. But been here for a long time. But that dude's hilarious. He's so funny.
So funny.
I love that guy.
but like on purpose. He's like actually funny, like on purpose. Like it's not. Like, it is.
Yeah,
like
like,
the
he
language
just-
barrier is a thing, but he knows it. Like it's like we're laughing with him on that thing. You know.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Every dude, anytime beans come up, like me and Jess, for y'all that don't know, my wife's name is Jess. Not So yeah, we go the beans,
the beans,
the beans,
the beans,
the beans. Because he's I don't know. He says it in the video. The green. If I say ice cream,
it's just perfect because like when we thought that character up in our heads, like that's who it was. Like that was the exact person that was. And so the fact that we were actually able to get him to play that role was like just small dreams come true. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are killing me with those shorts. I mean, it just
What are they doing now?
like just do a damn podcast, but that's funny.
It's way less work to do those shorts.
Yeah,
it is funny though. I like the interrogation one that you guys did. That was just like, Brian Farton, forget me. But,
the
gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah,
yeah. The Grush one. I think my favorite has been the Stephen Greer pants.
Yeah, dude.
That one's been my favorite. I think. Well, that one and the Ancient Aliens skit that
The
we
giant balls.
Whichever one you were making fun of, like how everything always comes out. Well, I just know that through this means on an unconfirmed thing I can't tell you anything about, and I have no proof, but you're gonna have to believe me about that. That was awesome.
The
I'm thinking to
news
myself, all
one.
my interviews. I'm sorry, it's classified.
I mean, it's everybody.
But we
it's not
all
just you.
we all know the one that's going to go down as legend was giant stone balls.
Giant.
Come on,
It was
man.
in San Jose
I mean,
that I was very curious about the giant stone balls.
I hope they paid him extra for that.
Meeting that guy, that was something else, man.
that was so hilarious
that
that he
was
went
awesome.
along with that. That is
that was
fantastic.
perfect.
So he's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
Dude, he
or
was
is it
so
just some-
chill.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, man, they take themselves so serious.
Yeah, Giorgio takes
does
it a little bit
not.
too serious.
Because one of the MCs was like, and next we're gonna be hearing about some balls by David Childress.
Yeah.
Everybody started chuckling. It was funny.
Yeah.
and then Ben was like, after he was like, hey, I've seen those balls too. And like he had a picture like of New Zealand. He actually saw them. Would you do a skit with us?
Yeah, I was like, I was telling
That
my
you
wife
got him to do while you're looking at like just these like globe-sized things while you're like,
Yeah,
giant stone balls.
Yeah.
It's like, ah!
yeah. I was like,
God damn it, that was funny.
Yeah, the abstract art in that place, it lended itself to a situation that just could not be passed up with David Childress around in the room. We're like, where else are we going to just be in a room with David Childress and there's actually giant stone balls just hanging out? We have to do this.
like in the foyer, there was giant stone balls,
Stone balls,
ready,
dude.
Just asking, waiting.
Wait, was salivating. Yeah.
I was just looking back through. I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just looking through your guys' page of like all the stuff that Sonny posted on there.
Yeah.
It is freaky how many times he videoed stuff in the sky though, consistently.
Dude, all the time.
Always.
Consistent.
All the time.
Did any of you guys get his video of George? That was like the last video he sent to me.
Video of George.
Wait, say more. What?
He's like talking to somebody named George in the video, and I mean they're not. You can't see them there, but he's not doing it, and it closes the door like 5 times.
Well,
And
bring it up. I gotta see this.
It's a long. It's like a 5-minute video, but I can forward it. I can.
I'm
like,
pretty
push
sure
all
we
of it
got
if you guys
time.
want. Okay, yeah, I'll pull it up. But I mean, I was just wondering. Like, I don't know if anybody else remember him mentioning a George. Do you guys remember him mentioning a George at any point?
Yes,
I don't either.
that was the as a kid where he described as a George that slammed the door, where they like close the door, and it would slam the door closed.
Here, I will.
Wow.
Because he even went outside to show me afterwards, like, because I was like, "You got your garage door open?" Like, it's something.
I think I've seen this video.
That's
it's
seen this one
jogging my
before?
memory. I think I've seen it.
Unless he sent me an old one again. This was from like, I want to say, oh, I gotta actually share my screen, don't I? This was from
last week. My goodness.
Yeah, literally. Just see that. Oh, here.
No way.
I swear. Yeah. Here, I'll pull it up. But I'm pretty sure it was from.
Oh, Ken. Yeah, I wish you'd known too.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I didn't see this one. I saw the other one that was in his garage.
Please, all the way. Come on, man. No, don't push it back open. Please shut the door. I'm gonna get in trouble if you leave that door open. Dogs gonna
Dog just
come
randomly
back in
go
here.
by.
Can you back up, man?
See, he's even conversational to a possible interdimension.
Yes.
He's like, you need me to back up, dude?
Corporeal entity. Yeah.
Just that far.
That's fucking sunny.
Just a little bit. Close the door. Please shut the door.
Just so chill.
So chill.
Probably like a ghost of a little kid.
Thank you so much, man. You are the bomb. You make me finally show everybody I'm not crazy.
What?
Yeah,
Thank you,
we were
George.
talking about it.
You have to slam it, dude. I told you scare me. You scare me when that happens.
Look, it like pushes against him here.
Don't just keep doing it, though. I mean, it's cool, but when you keep doing it, I get scared. You close it again, I already know because I'm really
Dude.
pushing on it. Oh, you're gonna shut it again for the dogs come in and show them? Tell them, show them, George. Close it again, so these people know I'm not nuts. He's not gonna do it again. But thank you for doing it the first time. You do it again, it's just you're just gonna make me laugh now. If you want to make me laugh, do it again, man. If you want to scare me, you can go ahead and slam it again too. Oh, that is so cool to catch that on camera. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're gonna do it for me, buddy. Shut it all the way. Close it all the way, George. Show him again, buddy.
It just shows that it wasn't air
Show him it's
pressure.
no
Air
joke.
pressure
You let
would
him
just
come in.
slam it.
You didn't let the
That's
dog
what I'm
in now.
thinking.
A little.
Might as well just open it back up. No, don't open it. Go ahead and close it. No? Is that like all you had in you? I've seen you do this
Said all that.
repeatedly, man. Show him one more time.
You tell he's channeling everything he has into it too.
Oh, dude. Who's to say he didn't telepathy?
Come on,
or-
George Bush. Yes, buddy, you're so awesome. Oh man, you guys don't know how good that makes me feel.
It creeps me out.
The floor's a little dirty, but there's nothing back here. These
Bye,
ain't no
Deanna.
tricks, man. There's no.
Thank you, Deanna, for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Deanna.
Yep. There y'all go. Explain that one. Thank you.
Yeah,
buddy.
that's a
awesome,
tough one.
Yeah,
How do you
don't
explain
keep
that?
Pushing it though. Let's just leave it open for a
This is
while.
where he starts arguing
No,
with him.
you're just gonna keep showing them. Oh, you're too cool. Don't do it no more because it's kind of scary now. That's enough for me, buddy. Just leave it open. Leave it open so the dogs can come in. Okay, we'll leave it shut. You win, buddy. Okay.
You win, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now you're scaring me. Well, I'll leave it shut, man. And you leave me alone. Okay.
Yeah.
I think if I was a ghost or apparition, I think I would choose Sunny to
Sun's
hang out with.
today. It's really hot inside here.
I remember he went through and showed like there was no wind outside too, because that was my first time. I was like, your garage door had to be open or something, right?
Yeah, there's got to be
He
like
actually talked to me about this before
Okay.
because he used to call me Ghost Girl. He couldn't remember Jess.
He was always polite. Yeah.
Too many syllables.
He told me about George. He also told me about this little light that he used to see in his house that looked like it would just kind of flow through and then shoot through doors and walls. But it was hilarious because when he would go to like tell me these stories, like even when it was just us two talking on StreamYard, he would do that lean-in thing that he always did. He'd be like, "Hey, did you ever hear about a light flying through a house? Happened to me."
Yes.
Yeah, like he'd drop his voice, like, you know, it's just a one-on-one
You're
thing.
real
And I'm like,
serious?
dude, we're just
Perfect.
we're literally just on StreamYard. It's okay.
Definitely had a unique voice.
But
that,
you gotta
like, very
understand, he's
recognizable.
gonna tell you what's going on.
Yeah, he would, because you know he was always standing up and walking back and forth, and he would just like walk in front and do the lean in with the shoulder. He'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah, definitely
Ghost girl."
a high candidacy for ADHD.
Yes. That posture was exactly Sonny. That
Yes, it was.
shoulder, dude. That was great. I'm like just scrolling through the stuff right now, like trying to find the next video.
Like I said, the best way what we got to do is get all the audio clips because I'm sure everybody received him singing to them at some point.
Yes,
Hundreds of
that was
hours
consistently
of
what you would
him.
get is singing.
Yeah.
So many.
Tons of singing.
A lot of Tenacious D. A lot of Tenacious D.
Yeah. Well, that and
This is not the
CCR.
original. It's just a tribute.
You loved him some Creedence Clearwater.
That's true too. Very true.
So, yeah, I know.
Dad said he's already asked Sonny not to slam any of his doors because it'll send him into a different dimension.
You know, he'd mess with you first, Chad, for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna-
Of course. He
Yes.
knows he could get you.
Chad, you almost off work?
Do you feel somebody staring at you, Chad?
Yeah.
Just hop on your phone. Nobody will notice.
Yeah.
I want to share one, just really quick one post that Sonny sent. Share screen. Let's see.
Whoa. Whoa. Calm down there, buddy. It's a very aggressive design there.
It's a very aggressive blimp.
I feel like that blimp needs to take me on a date before I ride on it.
It says that's a big ass blimp.
It is a big ass blimp.
Oh, man.
Chad said he talks to him all the time in his apartment. It's
Or a
like, bro,
blimp
I
with a
know
big
you
ass,
want to,
I
but don't.
Feel that, Chad. Feel that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear, like, knock on wood, like a lot of things have been going like pretty good, with a few things, endeavors, business, and family stuff, and I can't help but like think that Sonny's guiding me through that, man, just because he was such a supporter, believer of me, like just such a good friend, dude. Like, sorry, I'm like tear up for a second.
Yeah, he was, Ben.
good,
He absolutely, and he just loved you guys so much. I mean, if you knew, he would laugh. I can hear the laugh right now. He tries to talk while he's laughing, but he can't because he's laughing too hard, and I can just hear it right now. But
The only
he would
thing that
laugh so
interrupted.
hard. Go ahead.
I was saying the only thing that interrupted his laugh more than him him talking, I should say, or when he was trying to talk, his laugh would be his grinder. That'd be the grinder.
He was a master of that grinder, man. That dude could grind some weed, man.
Get into it, dude.
I agree with that, though, man. There was a lot of things. I think there's quite a few things actually. There's a handful of things that like only Sonny knew about me, just because he was that kind of person. He would just listen to you. So definitely a very good listener. And he'd always like give you some advice, but then follow up with, "But I don't know." So if you, so you go with that advice, good luck. Oh man,
it's so true.
and wild, like Chad and I were saying, like the most like obscure stories, as far as just weird. Like I shouldn't say weird. Besides, like the one day with George and all that jazz, like just crazy stories. He was like he said he was at that fast food restaurant, and the person came right up to rob him with shears. You remember hearing this story?
Yeah.
Oh, the famous drive-through story was
Literally had shears
hilarious.
to his throat, and then he had his gun pulled out. I'm like, who even ends up in that situation trying to get food? Just
Well, didn't he have?
crazy situation?
The
Didn't he
crazy
have
thing
some
about
kind of encounter on the way back from Vegas? Like somebody
Yeah.
trying to run him down or
On
something?
the show and just run out with his gun somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
they tried to run him off the road.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, shit, we should have asked Deanna while she was still in here.
Wild times over there in California, apparently.
That's one of the craziest things about Sonny and me. I would see some of the stories he would tell, some of the things that he would talk about happening around his area and everything, and I'm like, this is the same state I live in. I mean, I'm like a city slicker down here in Southern California, and he's like Mr. Hillbilly. He would say it himself, country bumpkin, and I'm like, this is the same state. They're talking about tractors and shooting, animals and all this and that, and I'm thinking, man, I'm living behind a gated community and whatnot. I mean, this is wow.
I remember being very confused when I talked to Sonny on the phone for the first time, and I heard his voice. I was like, "You don't sound like you live in California, my friend."
Exactly. Thank
Oh
you.
no.
Well, he always said
I
he was an
don't-
Okie. That's what he always.
Yeah.
Okie.
Yeah, he
It
said
gave
he
me
was born in
East
Oklahoma.
Texas vibes.
Yes.
Big East Texas vibes.
Big East Texas.
But that's very, very diverse. California is. I mean, we have country, we have it all. So it you can't really make sense out of it. It's just so much. It's such a big state.
Yeah, man. Dude, talk about phone calls. I mean, the first phone call I ever had with Sonny, I barely. It was like way early on. He had sent us, Joe, that the video of the Bigfoot, and I have it if y'all want to play it. But I was literally just talking about this over the weekend about like the most compelling Bigfoot footage that I've seen is that video that he sent us. And I remember like seeing
I'd
it,
love
like
to see that.
I was like, who's this guy? His name's Sonny, and this is way long ago. And we ended up talking on the phone for like an hour, like straight, in the middle of a workday. And I just remember like, you don't really get that a lot with strangers. Like you just hopping on the phone, unless it's like a telemarketer and they're trying to
4 hours.
Yeah,
That's because Sonny was a real one.
yeah.
And he's like when I first came on, the first thing I said was that he's the most genuine person I ever met, and I mean it. I mean, the guy there was nothing fake about him at all. He was what he was, and take him or leave him, but just loved him. I love him.
Man. Same.
Yep.
I don't think we can show it on here, but he definitely once he really liked, he'd share his collection. That man had a collection too of some very fine firearms.
Yeah.
Oh hell
he
yeah!
had a lot of guns. Yeah.
And meticulous. I mean, the way he handled. I mean, he kept them all perfect. I mean, pristine. Very impressive.
Do y'all want to see the Bigfoot?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
I'd love to
today.
see that.
Okay, let's see.
This is when you showed all your credit card information, so make sure it's a separate video.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
This is that show.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, here we go. Now,
Oh, that's definitely a helicopter.
He loved this one.
Just kidding.
Right
now
off in the
you'll,
middle.
you'll
is that
see a
little
dot
black
like halfway up that mountain.
It's right
You'll-
there.
Right there where you see where the indicator is.
And it's in a hurry, and it's huge.
Because he ends up zooming in, I think, a little bit later, but it's crazy how much ground it's covering once it gets going.
What this is?
That is a sheer cliff face. There's nothing to grab a hold of, and whatever that is certainly does climb
Between
up
these two
the
trees,
entire surface.
climbing. It's a black spot. It's black, but it's got white feet, and it's in a hurry, and it's huge.
That's Papa Willie, huh?
Yeah,
Not real
that
sure
is.
what this is.
It's a helicopter carrying a goat.
My favorite part about them trying to say it was a helicopter is like, if that was the case, that shadow moves, you know, like
It would have just screamed across the side of the face in like a half a second. It wouldn't have been sat there looking like it's climbing up the mountain.
I mean, it's just since we started this, it's already moved up like an eighth of the way. I mean, it's
that's cooking because that's a big mountain.
But whatever it is,
She's probably looking at what, 10 miles away.
Yeah. Well, that's what they were saying. They're like, the only way you can kind of gauge because of how far away it looks is like those are full size trees along the top that just look like little bushes that are up on the top.
About 10 miles.
And you wouldn't even be able to see it if it was a human. Even on ropes, it wouldn't be able to move that fast.
Yeah, not unless it had something reflective.
Yeah,
if it was a bear, why would it do that? Like, unless there was like a big piece of steak,
a sheer surface like that. No way.
It would have to have a motivation to
mountain
get up
goat bear. I don't know.
Bear would have stayed down the valley.
It's wild.
Yeah, in California though, I don't know how many are there goats in California that do that.
You know what? It was probably cocaine bear. California.
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
Yeah. They did decriminalize
Yogi the bear got some of the fine white stuff.
Fine white.
Your organs finally trying to bring back criminalization for hard drugs again. It's like, duh. Come on now. It's not.
They're like, hey.
It's a great idea to let everybody just shoot up on the road. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
We should tell some of those cops to like come back or something.
Right. Only if there was somebody that could protect us.
Oh no.
Or if we had something we could protect ourselves with. I mean, that'd
be great.
I see you like cocaine.
I personally
cocaine, too.
lean towards a machete.
A machete?
Leave you alone. Yeah.
Turns out people who passed out from heroin in front of your coffee shop is terrible for business.
Right.
Oddly, that's
Who would have thunk it?
True.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I'm going through some other videos. I don't know. They're just
Man, my internet is cutting in and out bad. Still. Exactly. Everybody just freezes once in a while. I was like,
mine's
I
been
got
doing
internet
that too, and I
problems,
have great
but
internet. So
I'm having a love-hate relationship with these headphones because like I can hear everything great, but if I can barely catch things on the outside. I keep thinking it's like something hitting the window or my kid's crying or something, but it's not really. It's just can't hear shit outside of this.
Gotta get you a pair of gotta get you a pair of old trusty purple headphones.
Yeah, purple.
Hear everything inside and outside of the headphones.
Joe's purple people eaters, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I've got one more video of like
I usually use these.
Oh yeah, the heads.
Those are nice. I've got a set.
Yeah, but they're dead.
What do you guys think Sonny would say about all the sporadic outages with the internet across the United States as of the last month and a half?
He would say, "Y'all are fucked. I'm good."
He'd say, "I'm glad I live out here."
Yeah.
Well, I don't live in the city. I live in the swamp. So, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys noticed that though? I mean, like the company I work for uses Verizon, and we've had 3 different occasions, I think, in the past month and a half where it was just completely down the whole network for our area.
It's been like a year that I've had, because like I got mine through Spectrum, which runs through Verizon, and probably for the last like year, dude, it's just been the service has been just shit.
I haven't had good service.
Who was talking? Was that Jim Goodall or someone who was talking about like when that happens, that's them triangulating stuff. That's why they drop like all the backup drive. Who was talking about that the one time? They said that if your internet just like if the networks go down in that area for a day or a couple hours, it's usually because they dropped everything so that they could track something to triangulate its location while it's moving along. Someone was specifically talking about this. It might have been Michael Strapp, maybe, now that I'm thinking about this. Was it either him or Jim Goodall? I could have swore that was talking about it. Might have even been because they were
because they're trying to get rid of all the background noise.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was just watching the good old show. It's long as hell. I stopped watching it. But
Jim Goodall can.
Yeah, he could talk.
He certainly can. Yeah.
My hat's off to him, but I don't think he's going to be my first guest.
When he stayed the night at my house, it was like 12:30. Like I had work the next morning. I had to be up pretty early. And we were just hanging out. He was like showing me pictures of submarines. And I was like, all right, Jim, well, I think it's about time for me to hit the hay. He's like, already? It's only like 12:30. I was like, yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow. He's like, all right, you pussy.
My kind of guy right there.
Yeah.
How many times do you guys try to end our episodes? We start talking for another hour.
Every time, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do wish we could have some uncensored Jim Goodall stories, you know.
Oh my God, yes.
Those after party stories, you know what I'm saying? So funny. I mean, it would blow up, I'm pretty sure. You know, the train story, Jim. Oh my God. So good. And some other ones.
Oh my gosh.
The 3-story. Street.
He had a lot. Jim's got a lot of stories. That's for sure.
Look at this post that Sonny made on your guys' page. First of all, I don't know that he might be the only person with this shirt, perhaps.
The party hard?
No, I don't think I've ever seen this one. Look at he's strapped too. He's ready to go. But he said, I just got my shirt, guys. These shirts are awesome, man. As a matter of fact, if you're reading this and you don't have one of these shirts, you just ain't cool. But if you get one, you'll be cooler than the other side of the pillow, just like me. Again, guys, I like it so much, and I decided to do some I'll figure out loud for y'all. But I remember that shirt. Do you guys remember that one?
Can you share the screen?
I think that they have to pop it. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry, man. I didn't realize you're trying
No,
to
you're
share.
good. You're
Oh,
good. No
yeah.
worries.
Oh, dude.
I didn't even remember that shirt.
Yeah.
That was a limited Sunny edition, dude.
Mm.
Actually, I think
That was
like
Lewis, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Lewis's family. Or no. It was
Did you
another
make one
listener.
with the little kid, with the little alien?
It was another listener, and I feel so bad that I can't remember. But the little kid, came up with an idea for the design, and he was like, "Can we do the Impala?"
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Picking up an alien or a small alien or something like that. Yeah, we only did that a couple times or sent it out.
Remember when I ordered my shirt? I was like trying to find somewhere in my house that wasn't trash to take a picture and sell. Hey, look, I got my shirt.
That's a lot of the photos that I had of Sonny too. Like it's so cool just seeing somebody like imagine like me and Joe are just like two fucking dudes, like, and then we just do this thing and then we make shirts and then this dude's like, check it out. Like, that's the most amazing thing ever. Also, okay, I'll share this photo of Sonny because his calves are looking real good.
Ooh,
Here we go.
photos.
Here we go. Sure. Oh. All right. I don't want to share my driver's license or my credit card.
Why is it just always just permanently on your screen, just on one of the windows, just ready to go? Sitting there.
I mean, does that look like a grandpa to you? That dude looks like he runs marathon every day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah!
Just bragging on Sonny for a sec.
Yeah, I seen the post he had with the I can't remember what shirt it was. I think it was just your UFO garage. It was all faded and all that, and you offered to send him a new one.
Oh yeah.
And I happened to be wearing my my Dr. Scientist shirt that day. I'm like, man, that's
my favorite shirt right
there. And because I've lost 50 pounds.
Oh, I was gonna say, dude, you're looking good, bro.
I found him.
And I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, man,
I found what he didn't find.
I was like, man, where my gut was. I mean, it's all rubbed off.
That's where your pecker is. You can see it now.
Right.
It's a good trade-off.
Yeah. You can now wipe your ass without cramps. Everybody fat in here just knew exactly what I was saying.
We need to make a shirt where it's like there's a graphic just where the belly button is. You know,
A black hole right there.
yeah. Beer can.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
I'm-
awesome.
This is completely off topic, but I legitimately have so many times almost slipped in the shower, or even almost fallen, like getting off of a toilet, and like, I should say so many times, more in the shower than getting off the toilet. But I remember thinking, like, man, I caught myself now, but like, there's gonna be a day, like, I could be 70 and I just go down. I gotta get whatever Oculus I connect to at that point to get the M1 to be like,
Catheter and an Oculus.
well, who knows what kind of augmented reality we're gonna have by then? Who knows?
It's gonna plug straight into your belly button, man.
Dude, you're just gonna have to like talk to your mirror at that point. You're gonna fall on your floor and be like, "Mirror, call 911." Your mirror's gonna call 911 for you.
And then it's
And
like
then
gonna be like
your bathroom floor is gonna take all the analytics of the blood that you spilt everywhere, and on the mirror it's gonna give you an update when the EMS shows up. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
And it'll
better take
project
him.
it on the internet so everybody sees your ass laying right there on the floor.
Yeah.
Way to do
It'll be
it.
AI by then. So it'll be like, so because he got
that
so
reminds me
fat,
of
look at him, he
college.
can't get up.
Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh shit, Willie fell and he can't get up."
It's gonna like automatically trigger a live feed of your ass, like just like, look at
It
this
have to be a really
idiot.
wide feed.
That'd be his first viral video.
He did it. The son of a bitch did it. He actually fell.
Brought to you by Life Alert.
I mean, there is an age, right? There is an age for everybody where, like, when you're falling and you're younger, people, there's always a little risk, but like when you're younger and you fall, it's like, haha. But there is an age for everybody when they fall, and you're like, there's a moment where you're like, let's make sure they're okay first, and then we can laugh.
I think I've hit that age.
I think you
You're
hit that
okay
age.
first, then you laugh, yeah.
Been there for a while.
Fun.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it
yeah.
hurts
Be at
more
work
more
while
than your
back.
body, your ego, and like, oh well, people now think that that's all I do is trip.
I was.
What
I was
about this,
chatting
Ben?
with
Have
the-
you ever had this happen where you're dropping, like you're carrying a tray, something starts to fall, and you stop it, and you're like, oh, thank goodness you stopped that from happening, and then immediately follow the just destroying of everything?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
I've done that a couple
Or just
times.
drop
I'm like,
something, no particular reason, just be holding it and just.
Yeah,
I don't know why I let that go.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine here a couple weeks ago. It iced here a little bit, and it was pretty slippery. And I was chatting with him, I was texting back and forth, and he said he hit the ice and he took his wife with him, and we're the same age. And I was like, man, when I was younger, I said when I was younger, you thought being our age, it'd be more fun. I said, I just find out that it hurts more.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? I used to judge how good of a time I'd had by how bruised up I was the next day.
Right.
Now I just get up and where'd that bruise come from? That's
Yeah,
new.
yeah. Oh, I took a nap on the couch.
Yeah.
The side of the couch slightly hit me. I'm now bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Open a mayonnaise jar and your shoulder is all like sore for the next 3 days. You're like, God damn.
Well, they'll tell me at work, you're bleeding all over that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Where?
I swear. So we have this.
Where'd that come from?
We have this like throw pillow. We have one throw pillow in our house, and it has buttons on the back. And I fell asleep with a button like on my face. And for 3 days, y'all, I'm 34 years old, and for 3 days I had a button on the side of my face. I could not get rid of. People were like, "You okay? You okay?"
It's the other Ben. You ever seen Coraline?
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah.
It's my other mother.
Hey guys, I'm about to have to get off. I got story time.
Same here.
Yeah, same.
The only possible answer you could have given that I wouldn't have given you shit about.
We're really into Frog and Toad right now. So
nice.
Frog and Toad.
Well,
Dude, we're in to the.
I think it'd be a good time to go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say what book my daughter's into is The View at the Zoo.
Oh, go for it.
The view at the
that's a good
zoo.
one too. Yeah.
I am a
You got
crocodile. That's what we were.
That's what's up.
Yeah. These
Awesome.
frog and toads, man, they're such gentlemen and really good friends.
very
I love
dapper.
those books.
Very good friends.
Bud.
They hold
Ice.
Nerd.
Right. Yeah, I think that'd be a good time to wrap it. I mean, I got to eat dinner yet, and it's 9:00. And but no,
you do
I'm
realize
glad
we're all
you guys.
sounding ridiculously old at this point, right?
I know it, isn't it? But I appreciate you guys jumping on with us and kind of giving Sonny a good send off, man.
Dude, thanks for putting this together, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna
problem.
miss
I wish
that
Spooky
guy.
was back. I hate to kick him out, but
Well,
yeah,
with all that, make sure you guys get a hold of me so I can get back on your guys' podcast and raise some hell, make some memories, immortalize ourselves so that everybody else can talk shit about us when we die.
Absolutely.
They talk shit about me while I'm alive, so it's no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it was my pleasure for sure.
You just make it so easy, man.
I'm sure everybody's here, just to show the love to Sonny and his family and you guys, that weren't able to make it tonight, and I wish you could have been, but definitely, we're here for you, man. If you need to chat, whatever, you know how to get a hold of us. I mean, I'm kind of speaking for everybody here, but I'm pretty sure we all feel the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sames.
Absolutely, Pinzer. I mean, you guys are more than welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us in the chat, man. I mean, a lot of new faces here. Definitely appreciate you hanging out, and man, I just ask everybody kind of continually, lift up Sonny's family and your thoughts and prayers or whatever it is you do. And send them good vibes, because they really need it right now.
Amen.
I'm not going to do any more plugs. I mean, just tonight is what it is, and keep an eye out for the back to the regular schedule next week. But we do appreciate everybody in the chat, all the kind words and all the memories, and I do appreciate it. And I, again, like I said, I appreciate you guys kind of dropping everything at the last minute and just saying, hey, yeah, I'll jump on with you.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, man. This is great.
Man, absolutely. That's kind of first thing I thought. I mean, we got to do something, so.
Hell yeah.
And we're the next ones up, so we just said, heck with it. Man, Spooky, you're back.
Yeah,
Just in
Spooky's
time,
back.
man. We're about to sign off, brother.
I know. I wear the Bluetooth headphones, so I was able to hear. I have to at 7:00. I have to help my grandma a little bit, but I just wanted to jump on real fast and say, Phil and Mark, thank you so much, you guys. I mean,
absolutely, man.
With Chad working nights, we wanted to do something like this, but you facilitated it for us because he's too busy right now, and it means the world that you guys did this. And everybody that was here, everybody that was in the chat, thank you so much for this. It definitely helps with the healing. I really mean it.
Yep. And the same goes. I don't know if you heard Spooky, but man, if you need a chat, I'm a text, phone call, whatever, man. I mean, I'm here.
Appreciate it so much, guys. It means the
that's
world.
what friends do. So
that's right.
With that being said, everybody, again, thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you next week.
It's a lot, guys.
Take it easy, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Love you, Sonny.
Good night, everyone.
Love you all.
Love you, Sonny.
Yep.
Love you, Sonny.